Welcome back to the homestead. Things are getting pretty serious. What if I told you real quick that they're actually killing, not just, disbarring and taking away their ability to be a doctor, but they're now actually killing holistic doctors?
It's Erin Elizabeth here with HealthNetNews.com. It's kind of late, but I wanted to give you an update. Subscribe below if you want to get more updates like this on my unintended series of the holistic doctors who died, or on just other articles in general on natural health and breaking news that I report all the time. So subscribe below. It should just take you a second. Okay, so if you're on the 12 doctor recap article, which is linked below in case you're seeing this on YouTube, I'm going to go through quickly with the 12 doctor recap so you know who's who in the pictures. If you want to read the timeline, just go below, but lots of people are asking who's who. So they need to know this. So let's start from the top left, and the strawberry blonde, who's sadly the media mixed up with my photo in the news, is Teresa Sievers. May she rest in peace. She was from here in Florida and found dead in her home in late June. I believe it was the 29th. And you can read about her on the timeline below. Then next to her is Baron Holt. She was 46. May she rest in peace. Then Baron Holt, who was only 33, who also died here in Florida on Father's Day, was found dead. And may he rest in peace as well. And so we don't have exact details on that, but there have been some rumors and theories that colleagues who are doctors have told me, but since I don't have an actual cause of death, I don't want to comment on that. The things they said of him at 33 were not natural, but I do not know for certain. Next to him, we have Dr. Bruce Hedendahl, who was amazing, fit, shape, like Dr. Baron Holt, and was found dead. And again, no exact cause of death, though some of his family members, loved ones, have gone forward in the media publicly and stated that they have doubts and concerns about what happened to him. Next, we have Marie Poss, who was just days ago, but if we're moving to the right, by the way, we'll just go clockwise around. Marie Poss, who was sadly found dead, and they say it was alleged suicide, but we don't know for sure. Then next to her, we have Dr. Abdul Kamir. So far, all these are holistic, by the way, who was found dead. He was early 40s, and you can find in the timeline below the information on that. But he was amazing shape, early 40s, and his best friend, fraternity brother, said, like almost, I think this is a quote, it doesn't add up. Then next we have, and some of these doctors we knew. Next we have, and the two next to each other, Baron Holt, where it's like a full-length shot, and Bruce Hedendahl were both found dead on Father's Day, both fathers, both on the same day, both here on the east coast of Florida. Then right-hand top corner, we have Dr. Mitch Gaynor, who we also knew, talked to on the phone, had given us an advanced copy of his book not that long ago, found dead, alleged suicide just days ago. I have dozens and dozens of letters from colleagues, medical doctors, DOs, you name it, best friends, patients who knew him quarter of a century and longer, some of them. And one said to me, I'll cut off my right arm if he killed himself.
The latest victim of this is Dr. Rasheed Batar. If you guys follow any holistic medicine, Dr. Tenpenny, Dr. McCullough, and on, you probably are familiar with Dr. Rasheed Batar. He was one of the most outspoken folks about the COVID vaccine and about the way we were treated as people, and also how the medical field was treated.
This is a treatment regimen that's very simple, and it should be in the hands of the American people. The difficult aspect of this is that at the moment, because of politics, it's being blocked from doctors prescribing it, and it's being blocked from pharmacists releasing it. They've been empowered to overrule the doctor's opinion. I'm in favor of it being over the counter. Give it to the people. Give it to the people.
Dr. Simone Gold was in that video, the banned one. She was censored, but more than that, she was fired from her job, apparently for appearing in that video. We're going to get the story directly from her because she joins us now. Doctor, thanks so much for coming on. Can it be true that you lost your job for expressing your medical opinions on camera?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm a board-certified emergency physician for 20 years. In fact, until seems like 5 minutes ago, I was considered a hero, and people would be clapping and glad that I was doing what I was doing. And then the video came out, and I was summarily fired for appearing in what was told to me is an embarrassing video.
Okay. In his own words, I'm going to show you a clip on, this was the last interview that he did, and he tells you about a recent incident that probably caused his death.
But then You take those number of blades of grass in that one field, and then how many fields are there? You can do this over and over again. The number of grains of sand on a beach, and then how many beaches are there, et cetera, et cetera. It's incredible how abundant the Creator made our planet, and yet there's this thought that we don't have enough, that we must live in poverty. That's a mindset that's been created. It's been created by our parents, by our grandparents, by our teachers, by our religious leaders, by our politicians. Maybe many of them had good intentions, but the path to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So it's not about the intentions. It's about really what the message is. And I think that if people just remember, I went through a very difficult personal health challenge a few months. I was in the ICU. I had been poisoned with the 200 times the amount of what's in the vaccinations. And I've said publicly, you'd have to shoot me in the head with lead, i.e. a bullet, because I'm never going to take the vaccine. So I was actually intentionally poisoned. And part of it was, I believe, right before that scene, or right after that CNN interview. But regardless of what happened, the message I want people to know is remember the importance of exercising free will. And then also, as a default, as a backup, slow down and remember that God is in control. And that's all you need to worry about. The rest of it, become as self-sustainable as you can. Grow your own food. Try to do whatever you can, because the next thing that's going to happen, it's not going to be another pandemic with a virus, because they know that they've used that up and nobody's going to believe it. So now the next thing is going to be climate change, and then there's going to be the currency of the world, and then it's going to be some other emergency. They're always trying to create these emergencies. But again, remember, just slow down and remember that God's in control. And soon, I don't know whether it's going to be a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. I have no idea. But their time is coming to an end. And when people talk about end of times, I believe this is the end of times, but it's not the end of times like the world's going to end. I believe it's an end of an era of thousands of years, and the new time now where humans are truly going to be in a different place, where abundance will be accepted and understood by everyone, where things that have been hidden from us, things that we say are forgotten, they're not forgotten, they were on purpose hidden from us. So there's a lot of information coming, and that's what we're going to be sharing at the Advanced Medicine Conference. That's the theme, things that have been hidden from us intentionally to prevent us from realizing our own power, our own ability to heal ourselves. The body has its own innate ability to heal. But if we can get the garbage out of the way, then the body can heal. So I didn't mean to go on that huge diatribe. I feel like I'm preaching, but that's not what my intention was.
It's so good. It's so good, and it's so positive, because people have been traumatized. So what happens is there's a lot of PTSD now, right? If we're not afraid of the virus, which I never was, I was afraid of what I was seeing them doing, like what you were talking about. We were seeing these elites, Anthony Fauci, literally murdering people in front of our eyes, putting this forward. They've done it in Canada as well. And we have over 150 dead doctors that were well and middle-aged, young, healthy doctors that have died. We have way more than that doctors, but Dr. William Mack has pulled out 150. We've also had a lot of young kids, teenagers, die after getting the vaccine.
Now, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the holistic community has been a target since the early 1900s. Carnegie and Rockefeller were the ones that actually ushered in the big pharma complex. This goes way back in history. There was a guy called Flexner Report. He did a report. He was friends with them. Go look it up, the Flexner Report. And what that report did was basically cast a shadow and make cuckoos out of all the holistic doctors. And they built hospitals and propaganda, and then started ushering everybody in through the big pharma complex. They were taking plants. They were trying to think, oh, maybe it's this thing, this one thing that we found in here makes the difference. And they synthesize it, and then they put it in pill form and they give it to you. And you have to understand that it's the whole plant. It's not just one ingredient. Kind of like salt. We educate you guys on salt, how it comes out of the ground with all the trace minerals that your body needs. And what they do is they put them into evaporation pools, and then the only thing that you get after they steal the magnesium and all the other good minerals is the sodium. So you get the bleached white sodium on your table that you put all over your food, and it's causing major health issues. And they know it, yet they continue to feed you that bogus salt. If you guys want to get real salt, I digress, but go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, hit the shop tab, scroll down to the Redmond link, click that link, and buy salt in bulk. This salt is made in America from an ancient seabed that has never seen plastic, from the mines of Utah. Okay? And this stuff has the trace minerals that your body needs, and your body is going to thank you for it. But that's just one example of the big fat lie of being promoted by people that you think care about you. Now, let's get back to the story. So Carnegie and Rockefeller set up all the stuff. They basically chase all of the holistic people out of town. They, you know, make them look foolish. Man, it's just like today, isn't it? All the holistic doctors are chased out of town, debarred, not able to practice medicine. If you guys ever heard of Dr. Gershon, go look it up. Dr. Gershon actually cured cancer way back in the day. He actually went to Congress. He had all the documents. He brought the patients. He said, look, I've been doing these protocols, and these people are all alive today, surviving cancer, and look at this. And you know what they did? They killed him. And then they ran his daughter out of town. She actually has to practice medicine in Mexico. A lot of our good physicians are actually ran out of our country and are forced to practice medicine in Mexico or other places. I was also looking around to see, maybe is this just a one-off, or is America the only ones being put into this fishbowl? Are we the only ones that are doing these type of things? And I found a story in Africa to rein in Tanzania's anti-vaxxer president, somebody who wasn't going along with the program. John Magingfold's cavalier disregard of COVID's impact on the Great Lakes region is fueling conspiracies and endangering lives. And this is, of course, an article in the Global Development is supported by Bill and the Melinda Gates Foundation. So plain and easy to see. Anyone that's going against the program is getting silenced, shut up, and now murdered. Please share the videos, tell your friends. And this is one thing that Dr. Batar said in that interview I want to share with you real quick. And I implore all of you all to take his advice.
Slow down and remember that God is in control. And that's all you need to worry about. The rest of it, become as self-sustainable as you can. Grow your own food. Try to do whatever you can, because the next thing that's going to happen, it's not going to be another pandemic with a virus, because they know that they've used that up and nobody's going to believe it. So now the next thing is going to be climate change, and then it's going to be the currency of the world, and then it's going to be some other emergency. They're always trying to create these emergencies. But again, remember, just slow down and remember that God's in control. And soon, I don't know whether it's going to be a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. I have no idea. But their time is coming to an end.
That's actually the same advice that Stacy and I have been giving you guys for years now if you've watched our channel. If you guys are in the cities, please try to find a way to get yourself into a little less populated area so you can weather the storm that's about to be unleashed. It is in my personal opinion that you're going to see a lot of, shall we say, organized chaos this year and next year. So stay vigilant. Let me know in the comments section down below if you heard about the Carnegies and the Rockefellers and how they took away the holistic lifestyle and ushered in big pharma. Say prayers for all of our physicians that are trying to get the word out. They need all of our prayers and support. And y'all just keep sharing the videos. Someone needs to hear this information. This information is, it's breaking icebergs. And people are coming around to the truth slowly but surely. And that's what they're afraid of. We'll see you guys on the next video. All right? Stay vigilant. This isn't over yet. Before you get out of here, you can't make this stuff up. Do you know what the name of the first person who ever got the vax, what his name was? Oh, and he's dead right now too. But just look at his name. Some psyops going on.